Okay guys, so this is Social Influence question 1, and it is a 6-mark application question on minority influence and social change. So as you can see, the question asks you to talk about why less people smoke now than they did in the late 80s, and to use your knowledge of social influence processes to do so. So you've got 3 processes that you can choose from here. You've got minority influence, conformity, and obedience. And in my opinion, using minority influence would be the easiest way to go, simply because there's quite a lot to talk about. You don't have to do that. You can talk about conformity and obedience if you want, or minority and conformity, or any kind of combination. But if you talk about the other 2, then you're more likely to need to talk about more than one process, because there's not as much to say about conformity and obedience. Also, remember, it is an application question, and so you have to make sure that you are applying what you're saying to smoking at as many opportunities as possible, because that is what the STEM is all about. So, if you want to have a go at the question yourself, go ahead and pause the video now, and I'm going to get stuck straight in. I'm going to do it in sections and comment why I wrote what I did after every section, just so that you can see my thought process. So, here we go. So I've gone for minority influence, and I've started with drawing attention to the issue. I've given an example of how that could be done, and I've linked it specifically to smoking. Okay, so we've got a nice little introduction to minority influence. Consistency and commitment are my next 2 bits. As you can see, I haven't made as much of a link, or I haven't gone into as much detail for consistency, but I have done it for commitment. I've also linked in the augmentation principle, also with examples. Now that will be fine, because I've planned a lot more keywords and examples throughout my answer, so not giving consistency more detail will be okay in the long run, and I'll still get the marks, given what else I'm going to be talking about. And my final little bit is then about the process of change and the snowball effect. Now, examiners at the time noticed that people lost marks for this bit, so make sure you are properly explaining how the change in smoking behaviour could have come about over time with the help of minority influence. Okay, lots of examples and lots of detail in your answer, please. Okay, and that is what the whole thing would look like. As you can see, I've used all of the space available. You may or may not do the same depending on your handwriting, but please remember it is a 6 marker, so you will be expected to get the details in and to get keywords in as well. So don't skimp on the information. If there's something that you think you can add in to bulk it out a little bit, then go ahead and do that. Okay? So, I hope that's been useful, and I hope it's all made sense. Any questions, please pop them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back to you ASAP. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.